All right, y'all. So we are now looking at the networks section under Networks tab. I'm going to take a look at creating a new network. From here, we're going to name the network. So for just the sake of this video, we're going to do test. From test, we'll go down to the auto scale network. Now, the reason why I selected this is so that we are able to modify the network range. So the range of IP addresses you're able to actually attach to, and also the net mask, which will show you, which will limit the amount of hosts you can have on the network. Now, because we're just testing this out, and for most of you all, this is something that may be beyond the scope of what you're trying to do, let's put it back on auto scale. Now, scrolling down here, we'll go to manual, and from the manual settings, we're able to see mainly the DNS servers, what I look at mostly. So the DNS server I like to set as my pi hole, which is a DNS sinkhole, but you can do anything you like here, or just leave it as leave the checkbox on and let the original settings stay. In fact, we'll just switch it back over to auto. Not that big a deal. All right, from here we've saved it. Now we're able to view the global network settings where we can change the multicast DNS. We can also change the IGMP snooping. Now, if you don't know what these do, as I'm showing you on screen now, just hover over the info and it will give you more information about that. For me, I just selected my primary networks and placed those in the IGMP section, and the multicast DNS, I placed all my networks into that. And in fact, now that I think about it, I believe it does it by default. So if I missed that, let me know. Now, if you're not aware of the spanning tree protocol, this is where you can change that. And that is mostly useful if you have, I guess I should say is most useful if you have multiple ports on one machine connected to the same switch. And that's it, y'all. That's all you have to worry about when actually creating one. Now, jumping over to our security tab or security section under networks, we're going to look into changing the actual firewall rules. And the reason why we're doing firewall rules is because we want to block traffic from other VLANs into this one. I will say that the traffic rules are something you may want to look at, and port forwarding something also may be of interest to you, but you make that decision if that fits your network. Now, jumping into the firewall rules, look at what I have here. I have a lot of drops. I have some accepts above. The accepts are so that it can work around the blocks, the drops I have, and that's why they're ranked higher on the listing of rules. Looking at this one, this is a LAN in type. It is for the network of VPN, and it goes to our work network, and I've decided to drop this rule set so it cannot speak between the networks. That being said, I guess it's time for us to create our own. So let's scroll on down here to create new entry. And as we go to create new entry, we're going to also talk about the types you can have. So I know you see a lot of LAN in, and there are other options. But first, let's name this one. I'm going to do test to work, and that's because this is our test network, and I'm going to be blocking traffic from test into our work network. Now, the type I currently have is the LAN in, and the other options are LAN out, LAN local. There's actually quite a few of them in here, but this is a LAN rule. I would suggest sticking with one type, either LAN in or LAN out throughout all of them, unless you're more comfortable with configuring more complex networks. Now, we'll select the source type as network, we'll do test, and then the destination is going to be work. And that's it. We'll add the rule. We're done. We'll check the order to make sure it is listed above the predefined ones which are grayed out. And that was the tick box we saw earlier I checked off. And that is it, everyone. I appreciate you joining today. Please tune in for our next video, which we will be covering how to limit access from the additional VLANs into the management portal we're looking at here. So we want to limit access to the management portal so that only the people we intend to access and modify our router are able to do so. So any of those additional VLANs you have will not trickle in and cause any havoc you weren't planning on. All right, so that being said, I appreciate your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please comment and like it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe as well. Thank you so much, and we'll continue the journey together. Bye.